Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. You know, the topic of today is why Shraddha. If we open any Adhyatma Shastra, books on Vedanta, Upanishads, any other spiritual texts, including Vedas, etc., Shraddha in Ishvara, Shraddha in Shastra, Shraddha in Guru, Shraddha in Punya Papa, law of karma, heaven, hell, ultimate divinity principle, bondage, liberation is highlighted. Why so? What is Shraddha? First, let us be very clear about this, that in English, there is no equivalent word for Shraddha. They do say faith. True. Faith is a part of Shraddha, no doubt. What they say faith means, a firm belief without, not that way, complete trust and confidence in a system of religious doctrine, firm belief without logical proof. This is what they say. Our Shraddha is not a belief without logical proof. It is not simply a trust and confidence in some religion, etc., some system of religion. Our Shraddha is based on three cardinal tests. Three cardinal tests. They are Shruti, Vedas, Yukti, Anubhava, reasoning, and Anubhava, experience. It is said so in the Vedas. Why Vedas will say come afterwards. It is given to reasoning, and most of the things are verifiable. Of course, there are others also non-verifiable. But based on the verifiable entities, we can extend the logic that those which are non-verifiable must be true, because Vedas are so. Actually, Shraddha. Shraddha is a combination of no doubt, faith, but also bhakti, sincerity, commitment, honesty, purity. It is a belief pending inquiry. And pending inquiry and verification. It is not blind acceptance. There are valid reasons to accept it. Bhagavan Krishna very clearly tells in Bhagavad Gita, Shraddhavan labate jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. One who has got Shraddha, he can gain the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. One who has no Shraddha, vinashyati, gets destroyed in the sense, becomes useless for accomplishment of any Purushartha, even Artha Kama he can't. So, Shraddha in our Sanatana Dharma, is not an unfounded belief, but it is centered on the Veda as the ultimate pramana, the means of knowledge. Even those texts which are based on Vedas are also the pramana, the means of knowledge. Those who brush aside Veda as a blind belief are mainly those who are the votaries of science. They don't know that there is a vast difference between the field where Vedas operate and the field where science operates. Vedas are said to be apaurushaya. Paurusheya is a product of human intellect. Apaurusheya is not a product of any human intellect because human intellect has its own defects. The science operates in pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means in the perceptible field. What you can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. In these 5 types of perception, the science operates along with, of course, inference, presumption, etc. That's okay. These are all paurushayas. But knowledge that can be gained by pratyaksha, direct perception through the sense organs is very much confined to their objects, shabda, sound, sparsha, touch, rupa, form, rasa, taste, gandha, smell. The entity which doesn't have these 5 features, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, is beyond the purview of, beyond the range of perception. So therefore, the knowledge that can be gained by in the jnanendriyas, sense organs, in terms of pratyaksha perception is limited. Charaka in the Samhitas, while talking on death, he says, pratyaksham alpam, knowledge that you can gain by pratyaksha is alpa. Alpa means very limited. Apratyaksham analpam. There is a body of knowledge which is beyond the perceptual field. It is analpam. Analpam means what? Vast compared to perceptual field. Let us see where do the Vedas operate. It is said, Pratyakshenanamityava yastupayo na buddhyate enam vidanti vedena tasmat vedasya vedita. Whatever solution, whatever means cannot be gained, cannot be known by pratyaksha. By pratyaksha, the direct perception, anumitya, by inference, yastupayo pratyakshenanamityava na buddhyate is not known. Enam vedena vidanti. This can be known by Vedas. Tasmad vedasya vidita. Whatever you cannot know by perception and inference, that knowledge is the subject matter of Vedas and it can be known by Vedas. So therefore, Vedas are like instruction manual, like user's manual given by Ishvara along with the creation. See, pratyaksha vyavahara, perceptual knowledge, and of course, whatever they discovered in the science are useful. We don't question their utility. But what we want to point out is the ascertainment of ultimate reality, which is imperceptible. And there are many things which are imperceptible or non-verifiable as far as the human intellect is concerned. Those things constitute the subject matter of Vedas. So, to decry Vedas as superstition is an unfounded belief by these votaries of science. I call it scientific superstition. We have got valid reasons to accept Veda as the pramana. As I told, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhav. Whereas they have no basis to deny it. It is based on their superstition that what doesn't meet the eye doesn't exist. Everything they want in terms of experimental demonstration, empirically available. But there are many things beyond that realm. That is what is called as atindriya. Atindriya. Or transcendental. Or imperceptible. Actually, what do you mean by superstition? The dictionary says credulity. Credulity means unfounded belief. An unfounded belief regarding supernature, widely held unjustified idea of nature or effect of a thing. Here the role of Vedas comes. Science believes in only what meets the eye, what is perceptually available. And it is not ready to accept anything beyond that. That itself is an unfounded belief. Credulity. That is superstition. That's why I say scientific superstition. The problem is they do not take into account epistemology, pramana shastra. Epistemology or pramana shastra means theory of knowledge with respect to its methods of gaining and the validation of the knowledge gained. This they don't take into account. Scientists don't take into account. Whereas our all darshanas in our Sanatana Dharma culture, first they trash is the pramana. What they have decided may be wrong, but they know the role of pramana. So now let me give you an example. Atma Brahma, which is nothing but Chaitanya, your awareness principle, your conscious principle. It has no Shabda, Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam Avyayam Tatha Arasam Agandavat. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, which can be perceived, are not the features of Chaitanya Atma Brahma. You can't see by eyes, you can't smell by nose, you can't taste by tongue, you can't hear by ear, you can't touch by skin. Five Jnanendriyas, sense organs are out. Only because you say that it is not there. You are alive. Your body is inert. From where that Chaitanya has come? It is there independent of this. So that is how. So other thing, Chaitanya Atma Brahma is said to be avyavaharyam, non-transactional. Karmendriyas, organs of action, and pranas, vital airs, have no function in it. It is said to be avyapadesham. Avyapadesham means Shabda Shaktya Vishya Bhutam. It is not a meaning of any words. It's not a meaning of any words. Because words can travel in the realm of jati, species, guna, features, kriya, action, sambandha, relation, rudi, the custom. None of these are the features of Chaitanya Atma Brahma. How can the words, any word can describe it? Achintyam, inconceivable by the mind as its object. Keno says, Yan manasa na manute, yena hur manomatam. That which is not objectify the mind as this. On the contrary, the entity which enables the mind to function. This being the case, the known means of knowledge readily available to us, have no direct access in knowing Chaitanya Atma Brahma. So it is only Vedas that they reveal. And what is told in the Vedas about Atma, Brahma, is, is something which is quite contrary to what we perceive. It is in total opposite feature of the world that we perceive. That being the case, what we perceive is one thing, what the truth that is declared is another thing, and therefore, to begin with, we should accept what the Vedas says. That's why it is told in Kathopanishad, Asti iti eva vedyam. Asti iti eva vedyam. Atma, Chaitanya, Brahma is that. So it should be known to begin with. You may not have discovered it, but take for granted it is there. And if you don't accept, Taittiriya warns, asanneva sabhavati yasad brahmeti veda chet asti brahmeti veda chet santamenam tato vidu. The person who denies the existence of Atma Brahma becomes asat, useless for any purusharthas, including security and fulfillment desires. He is as good as non-existent. But the person who has got Shraddhaa in the Vedas, in the Upanishads, in other Adhyatma Shastra, accept it is there and takes to the means whereby he can discover it, he can accomplish it. So he takes to the jnana sadhana. As a result, santa menam tato viduhu. So he becomes the right person who in course of time discovers his swarupa. As we have seen earlier, the things about which we should have Shraddha in the Vedas and teaching according to it are first and foremost of all is ultimate divinity. The ultimate truth, the basis of entire Jagat, Jiva and Ishvara, known as Atma Brahma. Again, we should have Shraddha in Ishvara. Papa Punya, Punarjanma, rebirth, heaven, hell, law, karma, bondage, liberation. In this ultimate divinity principle, Atma, Brahma, and Ishvara are verifiable. As for Papa Punya, Punarjanma, heaven, hell, law of karma are non-verifiable. In the context of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Bhagavad Jnana, bondage, bandhana, liberation, moksha are also verifiable. Certain karmas told in the Vedas are verifiable. There is a yaga, sacrifice called Kaririki Yaga. If there is no rain, there is a drought, you do Kaririki Yaga, you get the rain. You can verify. Putra Kameshti Yaga. If one has no son, he can do Putra Kameshti and get the son. That's what Dashratha did, and we got 5 sons. Four sons. These are verifiable. Atma Dhyana verifiable. Bondage liberation verifiable. We extend the logic to other things like Papa, Punya, Punarjanma, etc. In fact, Punarjanma, rebirth, though strictly we can't verify, it cannot be proved. Yet, we have quite a number of well-documented and verified cases of past lives, memories that are found in some cases. There are many such documents available. Votaries of science call them as freak or abnormal. That they have got labels for them. But they can't disprove those things just by their adverse remark. I don't know if you know this. 100 years back, in US, I think in Colombia or somewhere, there was a person called Edgar Casey. He was called as sleeping prophet. He was able to describe the past lives of many people. And there are about 3,000 well-documented cases available. I think in Colombia there is a library. Many people, especially parapsychologists, go there, and it is so documented that it was not just imagination, it was so. So therefore, nowadays, parapsychologists accept rebirth, though we cannot strictly verify. Therefore, Upanishads repeatedly tell us, have Shraddha, have Shraddha. In Kaivalya it is said, Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogad Avehi. Know the ultimate truth, Atma Brahma, by Shraddha, Bhakti and meditation. Shvetashatra says, Shvetashatra Upanishad, Yasya Devi Para Bhakti, Yatha Devi Tatha Gurau, Tasyaite Katita Herta, Prakashante Mahatmana. The truth revealed in the Upanishads can be known by such person only. Who is that? Yasya Deve Parabhakti. One who has got intense devotion toward Ishvara Tattva Bhagavan. Yatha Deve Tatha Guru. As much devotion in the Ishvara Tattva, so much in the Guru. Tatha Guru. Tasyaite Kathita Hertha. Unto such persons only the subject matters in the Upanishads are told, and such persons only can gain its knowledge. This is the last mantra of Shvetashara Upanishad. That's why when a Shishya, disciple, approaches a Guru, what he expects is the means which is followed by many and verified. That is why in Vivek Chudamani you find the Shishya requests the Guru. No, not Shishya. The Guru assures the Shishya. Yena eva yata yatayosya param tameva margam tava nirdisha. O disciple, rest assured. I am going to tell you that path which innumerable masters of the past have walked and verified. So therefore, our Shraddha in Sanatana Dharma, based on Vedas, cannot be dismissed as Andhashraddha. In Chandogya, the father Uddalaka tells his son Shvetaketu, Shraddha Swa Somya. O Sunny, please have Shraddha. He asked him to bring a banyan seed. You know how tiny is banyan seed? And asked him to split it, open it, open. What do you find there? Nothing. And yet, see, the gigantic banyan tree is born from here. Means it is potentially there. So also, in Brahma, the vast Jagat cosmos is potentially there. So that being the case, all great masters can only appeal to us to have the Shraddha. Vasishtha, sage Vasishtha, at one place says, Urdhva Bahur Viramesha. Urdhva Bahu Virami Eshaha. Na Kashchit Shunoti Tat. Asankalpa Param Shreya Kimantarna Bhavyati. He says, Esha, this Vasishtha, Urdhva Bahu, with the hands raised up, Viravami, I am declaring at the top of my voice with my raised hands. What? Na kashchit shrunoti tat. Nobody is ready to listen to it. What is that I tell you? Asankalpa param shreya. Asankalpa. To stop the manovyapara. mind preoccupied in the sense object, to withdraw it. Param Shreya is the highest good, because therein you can discover your Swarupa Atma Brahma. Nobody listens. Kim antarna bhavete? Why is not cherished? Why is not entertained? Why do not people take to this asankalpa, withdraw the mind from their preoccupation in the objective world? So, Shraddha is Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana. Avadharana, ascertainment that what is told in the Shastra and teaching according to it is Satyam, truth. You begin with that. And as we have seen, it is not an unfounded belief. It is based on three cardinal tests: Shruti, Veda, Ishwarukti. Yukti, reasoning, Anubhava, Vidvad Anubhava, the experience of the great masters. So therefore, in our spiritual pursuit, Shraddha serves as seed capital. You know what is seed capital? If you want to start a business, you are supposed to have certain minimum capital. Minimum capital. So therefore, Shraddha in Vedas, Guru's teaching, and Vidvat Anubhava is a seed capital for us to start our spiritual discovery. We have got those who decry Shraddha have no basis, whereas we have got the triple cardinal test of Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhava. Here I would like to say I refer to rebirth. Though we can't prove it, we can have some data in the world. In this context, please visit my website, Turiya Bodha. Turiya Bodha. There is an article on the wings of death based on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. What happens at the time of death and when the next embodiment is gained. A very detailed description is there. You can see that this Turiya Bodha. There are many interesting articles. One more feature of this Turiya Bodha, this website is Turiya Bodha, is some Vedantic books, which are my commentaries and written by me, are available for free download in PDF on Panchadashi, Drikdasha Viveka, Brahma Sutra, Hausa Gita, Panchikana, etc. There are many are there. And the special feature will be by end December, A new book, e-book will be uploaded, Anubhuti Prakasha of Vidyaranya Muni, which has got 20 chapters, poetic commentary on 12 Upanishads. Those who cannot take to study of Upanishads with Shankara Bhashya, they can get totally benefited by this. It is about 2,800 verses. And the book is going to be about 2,400 pages larger size. The commentary is exhaustive. I would say that text with commentary is like a mini encyclopedia of Vedanta. Do make use of it. Thank you all. Thanks to Indica for arranging this talk. Thank you all. Oh.